Hi, I'm Chloe from Nubian Nurturance Doula Services, and I want to talk about why you should get a doula. Um, Doulas assist midwives or doctors in birthing babies, and it is a practice that is kind of a lost art, but thank God it's coming back. Doulas were assisting during the slavery days. We were birthing our babies and theirs. They wouldn't allow us in the hospitals. Doctors wouldn't come to us. They weren't going to spend money on doctors. And we were birthing healthy babies. After slavery, the same thing. We were birthing our babies and theirs. Some of them didn't have money to go to the hospital or to pay for doctors. And we definitely didn't have money because of systematic racism. They kept us in poverty. And a lot of the practices of a doula and a midwife were brought from Africa. So we've been birthing all of the babies for a very long time. They stopped African American women, black women, from being doulas and midwives by requiring that you had to have a degree in nursing. And since many black women couldn't afford an education, many of them couldn't read, systematic racism always finds a way to push us out. They tried to say that doulas and midwives were unsanitary and that home births were unsanitary, but we have been birthing babies for hundreds of years. Theirs too. Um, but that also goes to soul food. They tell us it's not healthy, and it is. There's ways that we can make it healthy, and we were forced to make it unhealthy because we didn't have access to herbs. Herbs were expensive. So we would take the meat scraps, the parts that they didn't want, and put it in our fruits and put it in our vegetables to give it flavor. And the tradition has stuck, but there are ways that we can season our collards, our turnips, our cabbage, and everything else, our beans, without meat. But they would rather teach you how to make squash soup and then say no one came to the cooking class, so obviously they don't want to learn how to eat healthy. Instead of teaching us how to eat according to our palate, they want us to change according to theirs. But I digress. So the thought was that to have your baby at home or to breastfeed your baby is what poor people did. So in order for a status of eliteness, as soon as a person could afford it, they ran to the hospitals and they gave their babies formula. And because black people have a tradition of trying to do everything that white people do, as soon as we could semi-afford it, we did the same thing. And like I said, they made nursing, or they made midwives and doulas extinct by the educational and financial requirement that at the time we could not afford. Now, in order to be a midwife, you have to have your nursing degree and your master's degree in nursing and an additional certification. So I would encourage anyone that's interested in the science field, interested in nursing, to research possibly being a doula because it's very much needed in our communities. So there has been a resurgence of midwives some decades ago. Now there's a resurgence of doulas. And I think there is a slow resurgence coming back of home births, birthing centers, water births, everything natural. Changing the way that moms are literally delivering their babies, not lying on their backs because that goes against gravity, but squatting, standing, kneeling on all fours. And moms are finding success. Doulas teach you how to advocate for yourself, help you to get educated on all of the things pertaining to birth so that you can create a birthing plan, so that when the doctor comes to you and tells you that you need to induce, you will know why. and not just go by what he says. We don't want to be combative with the medical field, but because so many African American women are dying during labor, obviously decisions are being made that are not of the best interest of that mom. Doctors are inducing because they might have a vacation on the books during your due date. Your due date may be on a holiday or near a holiday, and it's not always the best interest of you. Your baby knows when he or she is supposed to come. Unless there are medical concerns, like legitimate medical concerns. I've heard of cases where they said, well, there isn't a lot of fluid in your sac, so we want to induce. To me, that's not legitimate, because if the baby isn't having heart issues, if mom isn't having heart issues, then let's just let this take a natural course. So when your doula gives you information to research, please do that, so that if any situations come up, you'll be able to explain why you are making your decision. When you don't have information, it's easier for you to just say, okay, let's do this, and you really don't know why. Doulas can support you during your pregnancy. Depending on the packages that they offer, they may come over and do chores, sweep, laundry, dishes, cook a meal, care for existing children. After you have your birth, they can do the same thing and care for your newborn baby while you take your nap, get your rest, eat your food, take a shower, handle whatever business you may have to handle on the phone, paperwork that you may have to submit, copy, scan, things like that is difficult when you have a newborn. And we talk to you about the best foods to eat, the foods to avoid, help you to monitor your drinking, teach you different exercises to do on a pregnancy ball, which is the same thing as an exercise ball, to help you during your pregnancy. Sometimes women's hips get tight, or other parts of your body needs a good stretching, and you can also learn those exercises so that when you're in labor, you'll be proficient, and that could help you during your labor. Doulas work with the family. We don't substitute the dads or the grandmoms, but we coach them and we teach them how to support. A lot of people, even if this is their first time, or maybe they weren't present during other children being born, they don't know how to support. Now they're interested in it. We can teach them how to support. Sometimes when you tell people that, I shouldn't be doing this or I should be doing that, they don't take it serious. They may think that you're using a pregnancy as an excuse. The doulas can kind of confirm, what's necessary, what's not necessary. Even if mom is not following the doctor's orders, the doula's suggestions, because that support person, the baby's father or grandparent or aunt or godparent, because they were there during this session, they can kind of ask mom, are you supposed to be doing that? Or aren't you supposed to be doing this? Or have you been doing that? So there's just so many things that they could offer. I offer African belly binding, which is tightening up your stomach and your hips to help you heal. And I'm giving scriptures. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. Everything you put your hands to may prosper, which is the scripture that I read over my children when they were in my womb. That was Deuteronomy 24:12-24, speaking life into the life of your unborn child. As you can tell, that just excites me. Cultivating their spirit, their walk with God, speaking into who they are, their personality, coming against generational curses, and talking to them about the importance of prayer and the environment that you are providing for your child, or is being provided for your child through others while they're in the womb and once they're born, and how to take care of yourself and build a support system, and how to prepare, meal plan, and just organize before you have your baby. And ways to monitor postpartum depression so that if mom is experiencing this, we know what steps to take so that she's not alone and that it doesn't go unattended and become an experience that could have been prevented. And we're just building strong, healthy families from the foundation, which we all know is optimal. And I also offer Yanni care to the moms, which is steaming her womb, her Yanni, her vaginal area, 6 weeks postpartum, to bring it to a place of healing and health through herbal steaming. And there are just so many different things that can be offered. Pregnancy yoga, ways to help you when you're 3 months postpartum and your hair is shedding. There are things that we can do in preparation to try to help avoid that. And how to deal with inflammation in your body, aches and pains, discomfort. So I'm constantly sending my moms foods to eat or to avoid, things to increase at different times to help to ease and prepare. And do your research on a doula. And I think, if people can't afford it, this is something that could be gifted for a baby shower gift. If one person can't budget in this as a gift to someone, sometimes people give group gifts. So this would be a wonderful group gift from your sister circle, your church, your co-workers, your sororities, families. If there's brothers and their sisters having a baby, maybe you can gift your sister, get together and pool that money together and give your sister, your niece, your sister-in-law a doula. But the purpose is strong foundation for the family, and we know that it's optimum. This is Chloe. Like, share, subscribe. If any of you have ever had a doula, comment below what your experience was. If you're interested in a doula and you have any questions, comment, ask questions. My email address is nubiannurturance@gmail.com. And I'm just very excited about the possibility of being any one of your doulas or referring you to a doula that might best suit you guys. Have a good day. Bye.